Alright, here is a tour of our bunnies area. This is the front half of our room. Those are our ducks back there. That's their house. We pretty much gave them the whole front third of our entire condo here, but they are free roaming. We had the fence up. This is their special nighttime safe area. You can see. They have a cage, but they don't use it. They never go in it. They've got lots to play with. Odie's over here enjoying some salad. We just have a plate. What we did to help protect our floors is we got one of those vinyl flooring rolls. That's what this whole black thing is down there. And that's just because Odie was newly neutered when we got him back in October. So he's still a little squirty here and there, and this help just protects the floor. So this is their litter box. I use, it's a big potting tray meant for gardening. Seems to work pretty well because our bunnies are lazy and they don't like to hop in and out of a litter box that has tall sides. So you can see with this one, it's got shorter sides. They typically don't kick it out when they're hopping in and out of it, but they will sometimes kick the bedding out just because it's fun. Usually right after we sweep is when they find it to be the most fun to kick it out. And then we've hung a basket there. We put hay in this basket, and that's just because bunnies like to eat hay while they are pooping. And if you put the hay directly into the litter box, if they pee on it or poop near it, they won't eat it. So we put the fresh hay in the basket, and then whatever falls in the potty falls in the potty. And it's, of course, attached to our duck's house. Right, ducks? They've made a mess of it, right? So with our bunnies are quite the little climbers, so we have a playground for them. It's actually made up of one cat condo that we took and put into multiple pieces. You can kind of put it together however you like. This brown one here is actually a hidey hole intended for cats that they sometimes use. They definitely like to climb on top of these things. We try to take them apart and put them back together in different configurations as they get bored. So there's just another toy down there. You can see where our TV is over there. We've instead of fencing in the bunnies, we fenced them out of the important shelf down there, and from behind the TV we put up a piece of cardboard so they can't climb in the back, and then we fenced all the way around it so they can't climb in there. That's just the easiest way to keep them out of the wires. There have been a couple instances, our table here, we've had to put stuff on it because Minnie has learned that she can jump from the floor up onto that table. And if she jumps on that table, she can jump behind the TV, and I have found her caught right in that tiny little space down there between the two DVR and the VCR. But otherwise, it's pretty good and fenced. I put a toy there to also help discourage her from jumping up there. We buy a fresh stock of hay from our shelter at 25 pounds a piece, so we just put it in a bag so we have fresh hay to change out as they need it and put more hay in. This hay is tastier and it's better than pet store hay, so I highly recommend it. We also keep a dustpan and a garbage can over here. Because they are free roam, they do make a mess, so I pretty much sweep up after them every day or every other day as needed. I recommend you keep the hay up and away from them, otherwise they will climb in the bag of hay and have a field day with it. Now looking over to the other side, we put a little rug in right by the door here. That's just to give them somewhere where they can rest that's not slippery. The vinyl floor does have a texture to it, which is nice because they don't slip and slide on it, but a rug is comfy. It also has a rubber bottom. You can see they've chewed a little bit off the edges there, but it doesn't come apart when they chew it. It doesn't come apart in strings or in chunks, and if they were to pee on it, it won't soak through into the floor and hold a bunch of wet liquid to the floor. You can see Odie's over here playing with this side of the playground. This was all one piece. It was about 120 bucks on Amazon. All of that tan stuff. There is that slightly grayish striped one down there. That was a different one. They get different collections of stuff. And like I said, they kind of screw together, so we just kind of put the different pieces in different configurations to keep them from getting bored. Now over here by our front door, this is Odie's sleepy spot. He actually likes to sleep up there. And some more of their toys. And then what it's sitting on here is just a simple IKEA cabinet. That's where we keep bunny bedding and the bun bedding. Now over here, they do have a cage, like I said. Don't mind the poops. They pretty much only go in there to poop. They very rarely go in there nowadays. The only reason we still keep it is because it helps protect that wire that's against the wall there. You can see we've had to put in some more stuff there to keep them from going out there, and we've had to cover the wires on the wall as well. We still kept the cage because Odie and Minnie just recently bonded to each other, and they did used to fight quite bad before they were bonded, so we've had to use it as a timeout area when they weren't getting along. So continuing throughout our lovely bunny setup, and just if you notice there along the wall, we lifted the wires from up off the floor and we put them across the wall like that. And that's just, again, to protect those wires from being bitten by bunny rabbits. They will bite wires. They'll go months and months and months of never chewing on a wire to magically all your wires are chewed. You just kind of do that. Odie's down there playing with one of the extra posts. It's got string on it. So we have the fence here, and that's so we can close them up at nighttime, and that just helps keep them from going places they shouldn't go in the middle of the night. This entire area is fully bun-proofed. They very rarely escape from it now. And this is just so that they're safe while we're sleeping, so they don't end up in some place where they shouldn't go. So again, we have our TV surrounded. There's all their toys sitting up there. We got it surrounded on this side as well. One of these carpet sweepers is a good idea to have if you have carpets. You can see it freshly cleaned mine. I have a very expensive Dyson vacuum that doesn't clean the rug nearly as well as that $15 carpet sweeper. Doesn't require any energy, you just push it. It's really great at picking up hay and poops. Hay easily clogs vacuum cleaners, so it works really well to get the initial big stuff off of the floor, and then we use the actual vacuum. So moving on over here, there's more bunny stuff. You can see down here we have a pet ottoman that we also fill with hay, so they have access to hay outside of their sleepy area. They like to hide in it. Also gives them a piece of furniture we don't mind them chewing on. They used to chew on our couch pretty badly. Since we got this, they don't chew on it anymore. Now over here there's a bunch of stuff. I recently got a big order from Amazon, so they have a box with paper they've been playing with. I go through a lot of elastic in my sewing, so I make random little toys out of the cardboard bits and pieces we've left over. This particular one, we made like a little cup, so they have to roll it to get the treats out of it. Bunnies love new little toys, anything you can do to keep it interesting. Now, underneath our kitchen table here, we have a series of tunnels and cardboard, and it's a three-way tunnel, plus this crinkle tunnel, a little bed to sleep on, and that there's just tulle net fabric that I had from a previous project. The bunnies like to dig at it and scratch at it, and they especially love it when we put it up against the fence at the nighttime area. They'll actually pull the fabric through the fence and dig at it and have fun. So this is their current box fort. They've had several, but they do like to rip paper. Keeping paper and cardboard, it'll look kind of gross in your house with just like random pieces of cardboard everywhere, but if you leave cardboard out for them, they'll be less inclined to chew on your stuff. I had lots of little carpets and rugs, since we do have hardwood floors. And all hardwood floors is a bad slippery surface for bunnies to be running on, so having a myriad of carpets helps. Also lets them binky more, and there's nothing more fun than watching a bunny binky. So if there is a carpet, they will bink. So as you can see, here's another carpet, that there's another toy box full of their stuff. Here's another view from underneath the table. Another little carpet back there in their tunnels. They like to hide back in there and play in there. One thing they love to do is they love to run through the house. So we've actually pulled some of our furniture. We've kind of pulled it away from the wall here. And that's because they love climbing back through there and they love playing. Love running through there. Pull back a little. We have an air purifier. Anybody who has pets, I highly recommend one. Hay can be very dusty. Both my husband and I are kind of allergic to the hay, so it helps just make our poor house breathable. We live half underground. We're a garden unit. So if you look up, our windows are kind of high up, so we don't get a lot of natural light and we don't get a lot of air ventilation, so an air purifier helps a lot. When it comes to shelves, I recommend that if you put anything on your bottom two shelves, that it's something you don't mind being chewed, because if you put anything down there, they will chew it. That's just what bunnies do. So we keep things up to the top shelves. If we do put anything down there, it's stuff that we're pretty confident they're not going to chew. And then come over here just to show you our gate. The one place the bunnies are not allowed to go is our bedroom, because we have a bed that has drawers in the front half, and if the bunnies were to go in between those two drawers under the bed, there's no way we could get them out. So we keep them from going in there. The gate stopped Minnie, who's a 6-pound bunny, but when we got our little Odie, who's only 2.5 pounds, he can easily slip through the gates. So we took one of those plastic desk protectors, an old one of mine, and just kind of ran it through there. We also had to put this case that holds poker chips on the side there, so he's not able to get to it. So you just see it opens up like that. So that's pretty much our setup. Our bunnies are pretty happy. The wire cords protectors that I recommend, we have some here. This is just one of those plastic ones. It's meant to like keep your cords together, or to put more than one together. It does help prevent them from chewing on stuff. And I do work from home and I sew. So you can see my foot pedal there actually has 3 wire protectors on it. You can't see it real super well, but there is a clear one, a black one, and then this white plastic one towards the bottom. Again, another rug. I don't mind if they chew, and more cardboard, because bunnies love cardboard. Giving them the cardboard helps prevent them from chewing on the rugs. Then they also are allowed over here by our fireplace. They like to hang out over here. Odie particularly likes to hang out over here, while Minnie likes to hang out under my desk. Since I work from home, they get to spend all day with me. Pillow, cardboard, more toys. Yeah, they're pretty spoiled. They fight over who gets to sleep on the tile often, because the tile is nice and cool. If you do have hardwood floors, I recommend getting a broom, kind of like this one over here, the little sweepy pan. Helps keep things clean when you just run through and sweep up little poops and hay on a daily basis. Makes it a lot easier. If you see my slippers down there, I had to put something on top of them to keep the bunnies from running away with them, because I've had several pairs of slippers go missing only to find them jammed underneath the couch and hidden and locked and stowed away. They love to do that. Anyways, that's our bunny area. They're pretty happy. They're spoiled. They're never forced to stay in a spot any smaller than this entire area back under here. We've calculated it out. This entire space is probably around 100 square feet. And they do share it with the ducks, and the ducks like to stand there and overlord and watch the bunny rabbits. And the bunny rabbits like to harass the ducks. And that's pretty much it. That's how we keep our bunnies healthy and happy and safe. Let them run around, let them play. And house buns are quite nice. There's nothing nicer than when I'm working and Minnie hops up on my lap for pets or to get a little treat or to be loved. One thing I do recommend is that if you do put things on your table in your front room, find little boxes to keep the stuff in, because they will pull stuff off the table. Minnie, we call it sharking. Minnie is particularly good at this. If she finds something on the table she likes, she will take it and pull it and knock it down and all over the floor. She's done this with crackers and bits of pieces that we use in sewing. She's also done it with drinks and knocked the entire drink on her head, and she still does it. Hasn't learned from her mistakes. If you do have treats, keep them in a closed container, because they will steal them and attempt to eat them all. But yeah, that's pretty much it. They're very happy, very spoiled bunny rabbits. The more space a bunny has to roam, especially carpeted spaces, they will run around like crazy, do funny things, and jump up and spaz out in the air and binky, and just they're much happier. And that's them.